Hello. I'm gonna just put on some sunscreen first. Good morning. I am not quite feeling this morning, but here I am. You could say I'm hustling, I guess, but doesn't feel like it. Anyways, gotta protect myself from the sun's rays. Here we go. Okay, so my intention for today is before any of the volunteers get here and before the water gets turned on, I'm gonna complete a few quick tasks and, get things a little bit ready for anyone else who decides to come along. The garlic has finished curing, so I brought it today to share it with 2 people. As the people start returning it and all, I will be distributing more and more of it, but I'm trying to bring it in the batches of people who are here and arriving. Oh my goodness, there's ants on my phone. Bring it up, get the ants off. Bring it in the order that people appear. Oh, hello, person. I see that there's one person here. Oh, there's ants all over my phone. There you go. The sunscreen is on, and I can get to work. Let's grab some hand gloves. These are the gloves I'll be working with today. There you go. Let me put you all down for a second. Okay, the gloves are on. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see if I run into that quail thing again. It's always running around, out and about. Let's turn this the other way. Hello. We are going to start today by watering some asparagus that we put in on the recent Tuesday. I saw a squirrel down there. You can see a little bird. The little bird. You can see I have to take off my glove to zoom in on them. But they are down there. Look at them. It's a birdie. A road runner, as they say. Oh, there's 2. Yo, I've never seen 2. Wait, there's like 3. There's one over there on that thing also. Yo, maybe they're the ones eating everything. 3 little birds just doing their thing. Oh, hello, Running Red. Nice to see that you're here. I saw all your comments. I'm thankful to you for being so persistent with asking me when my lives will be, because I wasn't entirely sure myself. But, in a way, you inspired me to start this live this early in the morning. Just to let you guys know, this live may not be a super long live or anything. Whenever a volunteer arrives, because I have 2 of my friends that I expect to arrive today. I don't want to, pressure them to be on the live or anything, and I kind of can focus better when not on live, so I will be unliving at that point. But yes, good. I am. These are getting stuck against each other. Okay. Well, it's good to see that all the asparagus we put in last Tuesday are still all here. Are they thriving? Not entirely sure, but they are alive. So that's good to know. Oh, Fly Suffix Scorebox asks, bro, what are you doing? Right now, I am gonna hand water some of the asparagus. Ooh, wow, this water smells like the clay water in, what do you call it? A ceramics classroom. Very specific. I am pouring water on this asparagus. Oh, Chicken Corn asked me to please say my friend's name, Mongyang? Mengyang? I hope I'm saying it right. It's either Mongyang or Mengyang. Hello, Mongyang or Mengyang. Yes, Mohenhead. Farming in a way. I don't think a lot of people would consider hand watering plants to be farming. But yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm walking back and forth between this bucket over here and I'm filling it up. Pipes look good. Yes, those drip lines, they do be operational, but since me and like 4 other people, we transplanted these just the recent Tuesday. So I just want to make sure they get well watered because the next time they're going to be watered is in 4 days. So, and I just have a feeling that asparagus really likes water because of how sunny and hot it is over here. I do not want them to dry out. No, Melonhead, we are not farming weed. I do not believe we are allowed to farm weed here, as we are on a school garden. You know, maybe someday if this place gets up and going, but also I don't know if weed's super profitable unless you do it on like a larger scale. And I heard weed's also pretty picky, I think, from just the few accounts that I've heard. I don't know from experience or anything. Yes, that is asparagus. We grew it. They're grown from seed. It is going to take a long time. Like, the estimates are like 2 to 3 years before we can eat any. And that's fine. Honestly, if they all survive, I'll just be happy that there's a plant that I know will produce someday that isn't dying on me. Just hope nothing comes and eats it. This one is not mulched as well as I would want it to be. Let me push the mulch a little closer. Leon asks, are you growing weed? No, I am not growing weed. Another person asked that one earlier. Unfortunately or fortunately, we are not allowed to grow weed here. Or at least I don't think so. I don't know. It would be kind of suspicious for a college to just have a garden that has some weed growing in it. It wouldn't be the best looking thing for reputation wise. Wow. It appears y'all really like your different forms of the word weed. I see people saying weed, marijuana, cannabis. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's knowledge for you. That's vocabulary. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back for more water. Yes, college garden. That's what we're attempting to do. Food forest in the college garden. It's not going so well since we got a lot of pests and basically all the animals congregate here because we just have food. Oh, yeah, if you look over here, look, even though it's protected under with chicken wire and above with chicken wire, I think some animal found a way to get through this tiny little crack right here and ate all the leaves off of the bush beans and soybeans that we planted here. It's sad, but it is what it is. Yes, Andrew, I am watering plants. I'm just hand watering these because we transplanted them by hand recently. And there is the drip irrigation, but I want to make sure to get them extra soaked, I guess you could say, since they're so young. No, why did these break off? What the hey? Did it break off from me watering it? I hope not. You see what I'm saying? Is something already eating this stuff? Or did I just break it off from watering it? Why is this asparagus so weak? Get stronger, man. Live. You need to all live so that we can eat you in the future. Especially you, little one. Here you go. Mm-hmm. Grow me some money. Let's see. Wait, let me close these. And I'll see if I can read some more of the comments. No one needs to know. Tomatoes from Jamaica. Wow, these ideas are really flowing through y'all's head. It seems to be a very popular thing that people think of growing. Jim Jam, I do not think I can grow a girlfriend or a dad for you. My apologies. Devil's lettuce. Interesting names. Tomatoes from Jamaica. Tomatoes from Jamaica. I used to grow mad crack Jim Jam good times. Nice. Our red Armendariz. Nice to see you were gardening in a way. Why is the water brown? Leon WW, the water is brown because we used it to kind of wash off some gloves, wash off the dirt and clay off of them. So it's got some clay and stuff mixed into it, is why it's brown. YouTube moderator 2567, that is an interesting comment. Warning of a permanent ban. That is, sure, if that's what you want to do with your time, go ahead. But I do not believe a comment like that would be sent out by YouTube. And they definitely would not have 2567 in their username. Jim Jam, I unfortunately cannot grow you money. If I could grow myself money, I would. But when I figure that out, maybe I can grow you some money. Guys, the watermelon got taken. Look at that. It's gone. You see that hole? That's how you can tell a gopher took it. It's opened the vertical piece of wood. Plants don't see color lemon. They'll drink anything. That is true. Unless you like color it with like bad chemicals and stuff. Then they start tasting the color. Well, lucky for me, I do not see a snake. Throw me a 6-piece nugget. Get stronger, man. Melon head, I guess I could get stronger. It's just, I was just struggling with closing that thing because what do you call it? The chicken wire, like, what do you call it? Entwines with each other, so they get stuck. You get bigger plants, more water, not the smaller ones. You're going to die, farmer boy. R.I.P. the bro. What can I say? They're just young. I feel like the young ones need more water because the old ones can reach the deeper water. Can you grow me a panda? No, Sinester, I cannot grow you a panda. if we could grow pandas, that would help with their endangered status. What's the longest living thing in the food forest? The bay leaf plant, the bay laurel right there is probably one of the oldest things we have right now. Oh, but also if you look back over there, that 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 bush right there is rosemary, and that one was there from before my time. It has grown so well that it has taken over the garden bed. So I believe that is the longest living thing in the food forest as of now. Like a plant that someone intentionally put in. I believe that rosemary bush is. Make sure to tell the plants you love them. They know. Oh, okay. I'll when I finish seeing if I can harvest any calendula seeds, I'll go back to the asparagus and tell them I love them. Look, we're looking for calendula seeds right now. I just want to, you see down here, this is what a calendula seed looks like. I'm not sure I can just, yeah, something with the way live streaming works. I can't just, put it into focus that easily. But if you guys can see, that's what a calendula seed looks like. It has mini spikes and it kind of wraps around. This one's a complete horseshoe, but it isn't always a complete horseshoe, but that's kind of the shape it pursues. And I'm looking through the tops of these to find any. See, the calendula seeds on this one look like they're still drying. Maybe I need to wait another week. Like, look, inside there, there's little green things inside there that are gonna become the calendula seeds. Okay, this one's got some. See this? That's a calendula seed attached to it. It's basically, yeah, it just, you can see it. It's like literally curled and a little bit harder. Let me just pick these real quick. I wish I could use double hands, but gotta hold the camera. Let's keep looking. You see, this one looks like it's gonna have some good ones. Although with that one still drying. No. There's one right there. Oh, I picked it up just to drop it. Is this a seed? I guess it is. Let's keep looking around. Calendula seeds. You see, this is probably not the most efficient thing. I think that's good enough. Oh, I should tell these calendula I love them. I love y'all, calendula. Please grow well and give me your seed. This is what we put the seeds into. You see, this is how many we've collected so far. Like last week or the week before, I had volunteers collect them. And I feel like they collected a decent bit because they were here quite a while. But then when I came over to the bucket, there was like nothing in it. And it was also on the ground. So I think the wind blew it over onto the ground, which is kind of unfortunate that their work just fell over like that. This one's got a good amount. Not sure you can see it, but look. I just pick the flower head off and the seeds can go right in, fresh off the stem. Now I'll just leave the rest for nature to take. There you go. We got some good old seeds there. The inventory is increasing for calendula seeds. I'd say they're pretty darn easy to grow, these calendula. I think that's why it's enjoyable. Like, they aren't too fussy with water. Like, in full heat, you water them just twice a week, they still pop up and grow. They really know how to latch on to water and all. The stevia plant is amazing. I wish I bought some stevia seeds for them to and grow. Our water has a lock on it. Oops. I won't be showing the combo for that to you, but I will be unlocking our water. Yeah, it's kind of like a precaution against anyone who might come and try to steal our water, since we do have a limited amount. It's already 10:03. That means the water is on. Yeah, so speaking of the stevia plant, I bought some seeds for it off of eBay, and then I I did everything properly, watered them, gave them soil and everything, and they never sprouted. So, along with the other seeds that I bought from that same eBay seller, they all did not sprout. So, I believe I got scammed by them and they gave me dead seeds, old seeds, or something, which is so disappointing because the reviews looked pretty good, but that's all it was. It was just good reviews, but not actually good seeds. And the product is what matters. So I want to write them a scathing review, or at least reach out to them for maybe like not a refund, but I just want seeds that actually grow well. Like I don't want to wish them bad, but man, just give me what we paid for. Rhubarb as well. Amazing plant, tastes great. I've been thinking of rhubarb, but we don't have any seeds for it. And also, I think it might be an annual, and I kind of want to focus on growing more perennials first. But maybe in the future, we can work on rhubarb. Running red, I cannot grow you a house, unfortunately. Actually, I guess in a way, we do grow our houses if you do not count all the labor and you kind of just look at how we are growing all the resources for it. We do grow houses in a way. I'm gonna unravel this hose now. It was not the easiest thing. I'll tell you that. Yeah, we're unraveling it. That's part of my morning work to get started. It's unraveling this hose. Oh. Why is it unraveling weirdly? Okay. Hello, Tangerine the furry. Thank you for saying hi. Melonhead says, you studying agriculture or something? No, I am not. I just run this school garden because I want to help the environment by growing food locally, so there are fewer emissions from like all the vehicles that have to transport produce and food a long ways from where they were grown. Local food is one of the solutions for slowing down climate change. So that's why I do this. It's basically volunteer work. Although I wish there was more more of a social aspect to it, because not as many people show up as I would like, which is it's disappointing. That's what I'd say. Unravel the hose. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Free heirloom seeds community has lots of seeds people will give for free. Running red, how do I find this heirloom seeds community? Is this like a Facebook group or something? And is it like, it's like local, like each little area has a different thing? All right. Time to connect the two ends of the hose together. I don't get how people live stream, honestly, with one hand. Like, how did they do it solo? Oh, so it is a Facebook group. Okay, I'll try to. Thank you for suggesting that, Running Red. I'll try looking that up. So since our hose leaks, I patch them together, and then I have it drip into this bucket here. And that solves some problems. And this is not even like, it's not even a leak because it's like there's a hole or anything. It's literally just like the connection point. I don't know, it just isn't strong or sturdy enough, so water kind of like spews out of it. With our old hose, it didn't do that, but I think with this new hose, it does that. What can I say? I was not the one to buy this hose, so I just have to work with what I'm given. Unfortunately or fortunately. Okay, I've unraveled that and put it all together. Honestly, I guess we can start watering the plants. That is an option. Why did I disconnect the hose head? What was I thinking? Oh, let me turn it back around. Yo, what's up? Hey, what's up, that guy? I'm just preparing to water the garden right now. The school garden food forest is what I'm doing. We water it twice a week. By we, I mean mostly me, and then the help of a few helpful hands when they are around. They help me hand water a bit. Oh, it is not showing well, so I'm gonna flip the camera and I'm gonna do it above y'all. All right. By this corn, the water takes a second to run all the way up the hose. So I'm just gonna leave it there first, and I'm gonna leave it on, and then whatever turns on, it can start watering first. Over here, that is a sad squash plant. All right. Let's actually, okay, what I should start with, I'm gonna start by coming over here and turning on our irrigation. I always stomp a lot when walking over here because I saw a snake over there once, and I do not want to get bitten by a snake. And there you go. It leaks a little, but we capture what we can of the leaking water into those buckets there. That guy, I am at my school's student garden. I go to a community college, and that's what we have here. I'm glad the pepper plants are still alive. Hopefully the new ones all survive. Last time, well, before I put in, there were like 11 total, and then through the course of like a week and a half, all of them but 3 got eaten. The 3 biggest ones there. So hopefully the extra ones that we put in will all survive whatever pests this garden has. Did you know Dollar Tree has super cheap seeds? I would imagine Dollar Tree has super cheap seeds since they're called Dollar Tree. But I just wonder, like, what's the quality of their seeds? You know? Like, just because they're seeds doesn't mean it grows a good plant, I guess, is my thinking. Oh, I left my other glove down here. Let me pocket that. Okay, but like what country? I'm in South. Oh, what country? Oh, sorry about that guy. I forget that YouTube channels can have international reach sometimes. I'm not used to thinking that way. I'm in California, America. United States of America. Hopefully that clears it up well. But that's cool that you're from South Africa. I don't know why the hose is like this, but hopefully it's okay. Let's undo any kinks in it. I hope the water's strong enough though. I want it to be just strong enough to where it fills the hose at the top, but doesn't like, over leak too much anywhere. Okay, it's looking all good. No tangles or swerves or curls. There's a little loop here, but it's continuous and isn't kinking up in any way. This is a part that I always have to look at. You see that? Okay, I'm gonna twist it around and try to fix it. I'll place it all over there for a second. Ah. Oh. I'm sorry that you can't see it. I just gotta fix this real fast. I don't want to leak it too. I don't want it to leak too much, guys. Oh. There, I fixed it. The leak is not too bad anymore. I will show you guys. Wait, why does it look bad? Well, it's less than before. That's what I. Okay, the water's. Let's see. Ooh, that is kind of strong. I don't normally water with a jet that strong. Okay, we're gonna water the corn. We water it once a week. With the clay soils here, it seems to work fine with our corn. I am gonna water this even though it looks like it's dying, because I don't know, it just feels difficult to say goodbye to a plant that was doing so well up until something ate all of it. Oh, that guy says, oh wait, let me go back to Running Red's comment. I grew some last year and they all seem to work the same as any other seed packet. Oh, that's good to know. Wait, did they just sell each seed for just $1? I mean, each seed packet or anything? And like how many seeds were in each packet, I guess? I guess the number of seeds doesn't matter too much since they usually have more than what you could fit. But I wonder like what vegetables and fruits they have. Like, do they have perennial stuff? Because I know it's really easy for places to sell annual seeds because those are profitable because people will come back to buy those seeds every single year. But since we're focusing more on perennials, I'm just kind of interested in the perennial catalog of some places. That guy says, I was just wondering because we don't call corn corn. Ah, yes. I am aware of that. Oh, actually, I'm not aware of that. I guess that's news to me that not many countries call corn corn, and that they instead call it maize, I guess. Do you call it maize? Oh, you call them millies, pronounced millie? Oh, so it's spelled millies, but then you call it millie. Oh, you are leaving Running Red 54? 25 cents, and there are probably like 20 pepper seeds per pack at least. Oh, good to know. If you are leaving Running Red, thank you for joining and all. I appreciate your commitment and support to watching my channel. It's nice to know. It's cool that you guys in South Africa call corn millie. It's kind of cute. Like, wow, imagine talking to someone and being like, yo, how's your millie growing? Yo, you got any extra millie? Yo, that's some good tasting millie. I wonder why it's called millie. Like what is that like I guess the native language combined with English? So like it became like slang or part of the language in a way. Oh, all right. See you, that guy. Thank you for subbing. I hope you enjoyed. Anyone else who's here, feel free to comment. I can question or talk about anything that you guys want to talk about right now. Right now, I guess I can kind of dive into how the plants are doing. We harvested most of the corn last week. We got, you could say, like 6 cobs, and they weren't the best pollinated cobs, but they were nice, I guess. I'm gonna water this tomato. This tomato is the one that grew on its very own. I'm just amazed how it grew on its own with very limited water and still has so many tomatoes on it. Like, I don't know if it's an heirloom or if it's just an old seed someone left here, but I'm gonna try to pick some of the ripe tomatoes and, keep the seeds and plant it next year and hopefully get plants that are just as wonderfully beautiful and well growing as this one. Like, the soil here isn't even that good, and yet it makes it look like the soil's fantabulous. Let me come over here. Oh, she's actually got a leaf coming back, so maybe she will survive. We'll have to see. That guy says, I think it's just how Afrikaans people say it. It's the language down here. Good to know. I appreciate the culture diversity that my cat has. Oh, there's a little bug right there. I know you can't see it because it looks literally like a grasshopper. No, I mean, it looks literally like a piece of bark, but it's like some kind of grasshopper thing. Let me return to watering. I hope I'm not watering too slowly. There used to be a squash growing right there, and then it was taken by that evident gopher hole into oblivion. And then now we have another squash right here that also gets eaten. It gets beaten up, I guess you could say. Let me take some of this mulch and mulch it back up again. I don't want it to dry out too fast. Okay, let's proceed. Let me quickly look at how fast this water bin is filling up. It's not filling up too fast, so I should be fine. Okay, got our hose. We're armed and ready. Let's get to watering. One of the things that worries me is like the hose pressure, because we do have a leak under that pile there that does water our mule fat, which is a native California plant here. But sometimes I have to play with how much I turn on the hose faucet, because I don't want it to be overpowering so that more water comes out of the leaks. I want it to be just the perfect amount to have a good, nice stream come out of the hose, but not too much come out of the leak over there. But from what I'm hearing, it sounds rather strong. I don't know if this hose thing is strong or if it's just a sound. Yeah, I'm just gonna focus on watering. Hello guys, we are watering the milkweed patch right now. Oh, Running Red, you're still around. You should grow Peter Peppers. Peter Peppers? Like Peter Piper picked the pickled peppers? Like that Peter Piper? Or is Peter Piper a variety? Is it in any way related to the nursery rhyme of Peter Piper picked the peck of pickled peppers? Are they a nice, what are they? Are they a sweet pepper? Are they fancy shaped? What's so special about a pewter pepper? Like, are they blue? I feel like I remember from animations of that nursery rhyme that they blue peppers. I remember blue peppers. You got a milkweed growing right there. This one actually got buried. This one right here. Oh, can y'all see it? Oh, there you go. There it is. That one got buried a week or so ago, and because like I guess a gopher was digging around it, and I thought it had taken the plant entirely, but I dug where I thought the plant was, and eventually I saw the leaves again. The same happened with this one here. Like sometimes they get buried by the dirt that gets pushed out of a gopher hole, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the gopher took the plant. So you can sometimes just dig off the dirt and the plant will show up again, which is always good to see. See, most of the time when I'm doing this, I stay pretty quiet and I keep all the thoughts in my head. And I kind of just listen and look around to like what's around me, appreciate nature in a way. But I feel like it's nice to kind of get my head, get my thoughts, get myself out of my head, my awareness more into the surroundings. I feel like it's nice to talk with this live. Yo, I'm back. This is kind of interesting to watch. Oh, thank you, that guy. Yeah, let me know if you want to know anything. I wouldn't say I have a ton of knowledge, but I have been studying plants and gardening pretty intensively for the 6 months that I've been doing this. Like, by studying, I mean just like in my own time, basically like committing to it like it's a passion hobby in a way. I just want this to go really well, and apparently you need a lot of planning to make things go really well. So I've been committing to that mindset. Yeah, the issue with our milkweed is that it's kind of on a slope. So I just hope that, so like the water kind of runs off. So I put these lower milkweeds to catch the water from the higher ones. And hopefully that helps mitigate the runoff water and all. Oh yeah, since it is I call this the second meeting of the week on Thursdays, I water the entire garden, including all the natives, because the natives just need water once a week. So yeah, I get them watered also. Let's do a quick head count for all the native plants here to make sure we have them all, or for the milkweeds at least. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Why am I only seeing 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's good. We've got 12 there. All right, let's continue watering. This one right here is a ceanothus. She has a nitrogen picture, and as you can see, there's like that little string that stretches across between that is a spider web. Spiders really like building their webs onto ceanothus plants in particular. So I think it's a nice habitat plant. I'm a small, that guy says, I'm a small farmer down here in SA, South Africa. So I know the basics, but I could still learn a lot. Well, I'm glad to share whatever knowledge I have with you. Yeah, I'm not sure how much sun and water South Africa gets, since that's quite a distance away from where the big Sahara Desert on the north side of South Africa is. So I don't know if you guys get a lot of hot heat and like low moisture like we do. If you do, I guess this garden can kind of be an inspiration. Over here is a milkweed that died. It did not survive the, the test of time. Oh, he got taken. There was a loop in there. but now there's just a hole where the gopher left it. Okay, we got some milkweeds up here. We've also got a dead ceanothus that died after we kind of tousled it around too much when putting it in. But there should be 6 milkweeds. I believe it's been reduced down to 5 since the gopher took one of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 counting that one over there. And we've also got this Mexican sage scrub right there. That is one of 3 remaining that have survived the gopher feasting. Yeah. For a lot of these plants, the spacing, like for milkweed, it says to do like 3 to 10 feet spacing since they do spread out. We have them spaced maybe 2 feet or less. Honestly, in my experience with like, I guess planting without a ton of protection, you can kind of overplant because so then the animals will eat. The animals will be the ones that thin out your plants for you. There used to be a milkweed right there. Now it's gone. So now there's that ideal spacing of 3 feet from that one to that one. I say we get a lot more moisture, but we also grow low maintenance vegetables. I like the idea of low maintenance vegetables. That's the way everyone should be gardening. Like you want to put the least effort for the maximum gain in growing your food. That's how you live well and then you make time for other things while also, helping the earth because you're growing food locally. Like there shouldn't be a ton of the the barrier of entry, as they say, like it shouldn't be hard to start gardening because it's literally just like water, soil. As long as you have land and some seeds, you literally should be able to grow food. Like if anything, you take like max 10 minutes per day just watering the plants, unless you have like a humongous student garden food forest kind of setup and it's in its beginning years. That is a little more work, but if you're growing on a smaller scale, just in your backyard kind of thing, it'll be a lot easier. I'll tell you that. You definitely do not have to walk as much as I have to walk to hit every plant here. This is our fuchsia. This one hasn't had any flowers yet, but this one's been buried by the gopher multiple times on both sides. That's why you see a whole lot of rocks around it. That's basically the gopher pulling up dirt from below and then pouring it back on top. I feel like we could plant this area a lot more dense. This fuchsia's getting its flowers. You can see them. They're such pretty little red flowers. That's the same fuchsia as the one that gets buried by the gopher. But this one does not have gopher disruption. So maybe that's why it gets more flowers. Who knows? We have big farms, but I'm still considered a small farmer. It takes a few hours to water completely. Dang. That's tough. Y'all water by hand? I assume you're watering by hand if it takes a few hours. Yeah, my watering time got reduced after I learned how to turn on the drip irrigation for the garden beds over there, but I still have to water by hand most of these other things. This lupin is still alive. I wonder what low maintenance vegetables y'all have in South Africa. Like, what would y'all consider low maintenance? Like over here, I'd say fruit trees are the lowest maintenance, other than like the pruning once a year. Like, otherwise, you just get returns on them, making them pretty low maintenance. Oh, over there is a coastal sage scrub. Another native plant. Right now, I'm all watering just a bunch of native plants. Over here is a big berry manzanita named Paul Jr., named after the guy who put it there. He came, he's only been to the garden, I think, twice. And on a second time, he helped transplant that native plant into the ground, and it has been surviving. It does look like it has a bit of disease on its leaves, but I hope that's just normal for it. You know, it doesn't matter if some of these native plants are diseased. It matters more that they survive. Like resilience is what we were aiming for, not perfection, I guess. We got another ceanothus here. Some of our ceanothus are the white flowered ones, and some are the blue flowered ones. This one, I'm pretty sure, is a blue flowered one. Yeah, we've got some grass right there. It seems to still be green, so I've been watering it. It's super small though. You can barely see it. It's right there. The little bits of green you saw on the screen. Not the easiest to see. That guy says, so we have big sprinklers we need to move by tractor, and we mainly grow cabbage, beans, potatoes, millies, and a few more. Big sprinklers that you have to move by tractor. Huh. Interesting. I feel like I can picture it. But that's, I guess, since you can't just have the sprinklers out all the time, you got to move it around. It makes sense. Wow, taking a few hours on that. It's the hustle. It's the hustle of being a farmer. I feel for you. You help feed people, so that's always good. Farming work is very underappreciated and unpaid these days. Low paid, I guess you could say, for the importance, despite the importance of it. I guess that's why a lot of people move into more like cash crops like wheat and stuff, because it pays better. But is that so much a requirement for people to live? No. For some reason, all the necessities that get grown just get undervalued. Cabbage, beans, potatoes. I feel like beans and potatoes sound pretty low maintenance. I didn't know cabbage was also low maintenance. So I gotta make sure I hit all the. These brittle brush are doing well. I'm glad. Put the three in, and they're all growing. Let me see if I can hit all the milkweed that we put in. There's one right there. There's supposed to be four total. But why can I not see all four that easily? Okay, there's one right there at each white marker. Oh yeah, I put the white markers to mark them out. Ah, yes, the Andrew of the past was thinking with his head. I won't lie, I'm guilty in growing and selling a small wheat garden. Hey, that's, I guess that's the hustle. Like, look, you're growing food and you're growing a little bit of a recreational thing. I, I see it as you trying, sounds like you're just trying to survive as a small farmer. It is what it is. I wish it didn't have to be that way, but some things just make it so it has to be that way. I think the gopher took this milkweed because I do not see, I see gopher holes, but I do not see the actual milkweed plant around that one. So I think we have lost one of the milkweeds, unfortunately for us, but I guess fortunately for the gopher because gopher like to eat, I guess. This pensamon plant here is so interesting. It's like purple leaves, which is not normal for a pensamon. All the pensamons I've been growing so far have been green leaves. This one's purple. If you can see it, she is purple. No, this honeysuckle's dying, and I'm not sure why. Like, from the way the leaves are yellowing, I have a feeling it might be because it's getting overwatered or something. So I'm gonna try to lay off on the watering. This one, okay, the way it's browning, that probably means it's being underwatered, or I don't know, maybe when I stepped on it, it hurt it too much. But these currants are doing better. so I'm not sure what went wrong with some of the other ones. Might be because it's smaller. Uriton plays says, with this treasure, I summon eight-handled sword, still a divergent divine general Maharaga. What is that? What is that? What treasure did you use to summon this Maharaga? And what does the Maharaga do? This is giving not Magic the Night Gathering, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Giving very Yu-Gi-Oh! Vibes. Over here, I believe this is like a yerba something. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like I'm gonna have to stop at some point and empty the bin that's filling up with water right now from that one leak that I have no control over. My life is a bunch of random leaks. That's how it is. Oh, the dwarf blue-eyed grass is so tiny. You see that tiny little bit of green right there? That's our dwarf blue-eyed grass. These seed capsules, we're just letting it open, and hopefully the seeds that fall here actually do, like, I hope it actually self-seeds well and grows next year. The elegant Clarkia is there. I wonder if you can grow two in a single year, like if it can self-seed and grow again twice in the same year, or if it's only supposed to be once a year. That guy says, it's actually interesting. It's nighttime for me. That's time zones for you. Like, I'm out here and it's like, ooh, sunny, you could see the real sun. Unless I'm in a simulation. Dun dun dun. But no. It's like, it really is just sunny over here. Honestly, would be pretty nice if it was evening over here. I know watering's not good to do in the evening, but man, the weather is just so much nicer in the evening. This hummingbird sage is resilient. I remember pinching off its flowers the first time it had flowers because I wanted to focus on putting down roots. But now I just kind of let it go to flower. And look at that. Such pretty purple flowers. The yarrow here is doing, it's really small, barely getting by. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't want to get too big because it's scared the gopher will come after it. Zayden Cobb, thank you for asking to be moderator. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe if I see you in more live streams, I'll make you moderator. But for now, I do not want to. I do not think anyone needs to take on that responsibility just yet. Although I appreciate your, what do you call it? What do you call it? Like jumpiness? Jumpiness is not the word, but like, you know, like innovation in a way. Like you want a head start on it. Oh, also, hey, Dashing Himani. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's around what, like 10 or 11 o'clock over where you are, Himani? So I know y'all are getting ready for bed and everything. I'm glad you're able to catch this live stream. I know some of y'all night birds are able to catch this live stream rather well. Over here is a bunch of small lupins. Some are doing better than others, but they are all surviving, luckily. This is a gooseberry, and I don't think it's surviving, but there is like a little patch of fur on it. Oh wait, you can see little green leaves at the bottom, so it must be surviving some way. Maybe it has, oh, there's a bit of green at the top of the leaf here too, so gotta keep watering her. This one here, not as lucky, but we'll water just in case anyway. I hope the bucket doesn't overflow, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 lupins over here that I have to get. Indian timing is 23:11, which that's like 11:11. Oh, 11:11. Make a wish. Little American culture thing to make a wish at 11:11. Not something everyone does, but it is a saying that I've heard. Like, I mean, hey, I'm going my mother's suddenly, bye, see you tomorrow. Oh, okay. See you, Himani. Glad you could stop by. This is a California mugwort. It appears to be doing well since being transplanted, which is really nice because I low-key might have stolen it from a wildlife reserve. Not stolen it, but I took a cutting without knowing that you're not supposed to take cuttings from a wildlife reserve. Because I heard someone else told me to literally go to that place since she had gone to that place and gotten cuttings. But apparently, I read a sign a little later on the hike there, and it was like, take only pictures, leave no trace. And I was like, oh, I definitely left the trace by removing some plants. So that's not very inspirational, eco-friendly for me to do. But I'm glad that it's surviving because a lot of the other cuttings that I took did not survive. So it's like, dang, what did I pull from that ecosystem? Was it worth pulling a few of the resources from that ecosystem just for the plant not to take? I keep checking over in there in case the bucket is overflowing. But it has not overflowed yet, so maybe I'm good to water a bit more. Over here, we've got some white hedge nettle going. Ooh, I gotta pull the hose a bit. Just set the hose down there for a second so I can pull it a little closer. All right, back to the watering. Hello, singular viewer. Oh, two viewers. Comment anything that you like. I'll answer anything you have. Any curiosities? Like, I don't know who you are, but if you want to know what's going on here, I'm willing to explain. But I won't know if you want to know that unless you say so. Oh, there's a sage over here that is, I believe it's surviving. It's still green, so hopefully that means it's still doing well. This hummingbird sage is definitely doing well. That one's a black sage, done from a cutting. So not entirely sure if it will take, or it has already taken, but we transplant it into the ground. And every time you transplant something, there's always that chance that it might not adjust well to the new environment that it's in. I've got 13 lupins over here that I need to count off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, yep, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I believe that's 13. Yep, seems like all 13. We don't mark our plants here. We just kind of, well, I don't. We don't have enough markers to mark everything. So some of the bigger plants, I just have to remember by like counting how many there are, or just trying to remember where I place them, which is not too hard for me to do since I do water it twice a week. So, that when you're reviewing your plants twice a week, it's pretty difficult to forget where they are. That would be like forgetting your child's name. Like, if I had 13 children, I could remember all 13 of their names. Why is this one getting covered? This plant here is a gooseberry. It is the only one that's doing like particularly well. You can see it has green leaves, unlike some of the other ones that are kind of just gone, decimated. Mm. Uh, these are lupin 6, as in white hedge nettle, 8, 9, and 11. No, this one's doing really well. We planted these from seed, so they're all genetically different from each other. Unlike when you do cuttings, and that's basically like cloning. This is 13. No, I ran her over a little. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I ran you over with a hose, but I didn't mean to. This one's also a fuchsia flowered currant, or at least that's what I believe it is. They didn't tell me what it was when I got it. They just said it was a currant. Didn't go into specifics. Look, something came and ate that pine cone. Isn't that kind of amazing? Like, I guess they also foraged for the nuts in it. They did it to that one over there also. 2 pine cones completely eaten. That's kind of amazing that an animal would take the time to peel off each piece by piece. And I assume they do it just to eat the tiny pine nuts inside. Maybe that's how humans learned about pine nuts. Let me just finish up watering this area thing, and then I'll go and start emptying out the bucket that's been filling with water from this hose connection leak. Be watering at the base. Be doing that more often. We've got a squash that I am keeping alive because it's just one of the first plants this garden had. These were planted at the Club Rush, and they are alive. Ah, this bay laurel. It came to us about this size. We bought it in a 5-gallon, and I didn't water it because I didn't water it for a few weeks because in the instructions it said to, reduce the amount of water the older it gets. I thought I was just following the instructions, and then suddenly I came by one day, I looked a little closer and I realized it was drying out. So I don't even know if it's alive anymore. I've been watering it hoping that it is, and I feel like it might be. Like most of the leaves probably are dead, but some of them have got to be holding on. I just know it. I just feel it. I love you, Bay Laurel, and you will survive for yourself and for us. Dang. The bucket with the leak is giving me, I wouldn't say like anxiety, but it is giving me like some stress, not knowing whether it's actually full or not. All right, we're gonna fill these buckets. Ugh, I gotta put y'all down for something. So I can change the hose setting. Ooh, here we go. I've got it on full now, so we can fill this bucket. Because when some other people get here, we're gonna have them use these buckets to put the dirt in this bucket. Yep, we're gonna use these buckets to wash these gloves. Last week they were de-dusted. We wring out most of the dust from them. Now we're finally gonna wash them. While that bucket is filling a bit, I'm gonna see how the water's doing over here. Let's see. Oh, luckily it is not full all the way yet. That's a good sign. That means I came and checked at the right time. It is. It's not super duper murky, honestly. Like we could use this to de-dust some of the plants, and that just might be what we do. Let me go turn off the water real quick. I call this area Snake Hill because I saw a snake right here once, and like saw a snake going across around this area. But I've been getting pretty lucky lately and have not seen any. I heard snakes are they're kind of efficient. They do not exert more effort than they need to. They're kind of lazy, low key. They they eat something and then they take some time and just wait and digest it and just survive off of that. They really like to chill out, which is nice for me, I guess, because I don't have to see them as often. All right, now that the hose is off, let's work on emptying this bin a bit, since I do not have any help right now to help empty it with me, for me, to help me. No. No, something ate the basil. Dang. No, the basil. There was a basil right here. And this one got eaten too. And that one's getting eaten. Dang. Well, uh, we keep the tomato alive, but at what cost? No, even the tomato got eaten a little. No, please do not eat it. How hard are you? Are you like sturdy yet? I kind of want to let this hunk, it's like clay. We're using it to hold these sticks in place. I might wait another week to have it dry out because I want to tie up these tomatoes so that they have that structural support of being standing tall. Because standing tall is good for these plants. At least so I've heard. That's tragic that the basil has gotten eaten. Let's see how the basil's looking over here. This one's also gotten eaten. So I guess the little top dressings did help. I mean, the covers helped them out. Unfortunately, those tops could not stay forever. These basils are a little better. They seem to be getting protected better by the surrounding tomatoes. So that's good to know. I need to empty out this bin over here. Yeah. Ooh, she's kind of heavy, guys. Oh, low key, that's kind of like a two-hand job. Man. Okay, let's see if I can continue doing it with one hand. Oh, I'm not sure I have that strength in me. Let me just set down this camera for a moment so you can kind of watch what's happening while I'm doing it. I'm gonna be carrying a bucket of water. The bucket. I emptied it and I rinsed out a bucket over there. All right. I have replaced emptying out that bigger. It's already. Ooh, I've been doing this for more than an hour. Hopefully y'all enjoy. Hopefully. Should I wash? Ooh, I don't know if I want to wash in this murky water. Ooh. Okay. We've got basil in here. We hand water this because it's not hooked up to the irrigation. There's also the strawberries in that corner over there. They are not doing well. What can I say about that? Not very much at all. I think they're just underwatered and over too sunny in that area. But the basil is like in the sun. So that's good to know. Last week, one of the volunteers was doing this watering and he got soaked. I don't know how he soaked himself while watering this. Well, actually, I guess I can see it happening. If you're a little clumsy, the way you pick up the water can end up soaking yourself, but it shouldn't soak you if you hold the bucket a little, if you hold the little watering can away from your body. It shouldn't be soaking you. Although, for anyone who's joined recently, we are watering the basil right now. They are surviving, which is not something I can say about a lot of our other plants. But I love them. They've been producing well for me. I will love them as much as I can because at any moment it can be their last in this garden. As sad as that sounds, it is one of the truest things that I've experienced in this garden. Loss. Got to keep that gap as closed as possible to limit what animals get inside. Because these animals are sneaky. They are skinny sometimes. You know, I didn't really understand wildlife cams, or I didn't see the appeal. I was like, why would I want a wildlife cam? Well, you would want it to see what's stealing from you. That's why. That's my reason now for why I would want a wildlife cam. Yeah. For this basil patch, I'm gonna water it with 2 of these. I believe they hold 10 liters. I don't know how much that is in gallons, but it looks like if I'm thinking like a 5-gallon of milk, I believe it's more than 10 gallons in here of water. Man, I'm gonna get really buff with my right arm, holding everything with my left hand. I want to just strap this to my forehead, this camera, but then how would I read y'all's comments? Then again, no one's commenting right now. What stories do I have to tell? I read this book recently that my sister had assigned for her English class, her college English class. It was called Wait What? It's basically like this Harvard dean's, he does like a speech at Harvard graduation. And one of his speeches was about asking the right questions in life. And he basically took that speech that went viral and he made a book on it. He wrote a book that was like an extended, more in-depth version of that speech. And it basically gave 5 essential questions to ask throughout life. Those 5 questions were, the first one was, wait, what? Basically, wait, what was like, it's kind of like an invitation for someone to explain. It's like the equivalent of like, wait, that's kind of ridiculous. I want to know more. It's like, wait, what did you just say? Or like you could say it in different variations, but for the most part, it's a question that's based around wanting to understand people more. So you should ask, wait, what? If you want to, I don't know, just get used to asking more often so that you can understand more people. Because people like to explain things, but sometimes they just don't feel like people are interested enough to listen. And asking the question, wait, what? Is kind of an invitation for them to be like, hey, I'm listening to you. I want to listen to you. Ooh, I don't know if this toothache plant is going to survive. It looks like it's struggling down there. Ooh, my phone is overheating right now. So if this crashes on you guys, I'm really sorry. It's also getting kind of heavy to water this one-handed. So I might have to be leaving y'all soon. You know? I'm glad I could talk to who I could talk to. Like Running Red, thanks for being here. You are a nice person. Does anyone have any last second questions for me? I see there are 4 viewers right now. I know y'all might be a little shy to say something, but there's no need to be shy here. You can say what you want, say what you like, say what you don't. Or maybe you're just here to watch what I'm watering. I wish it could show more better, but I'm watering some lemongrass, and it might be celery or something. I don't think it's celery. I think it might be some kind of flower. And there's calendula over there, and there's also a bit of either vervain or mugwort. That's what I'm currently watering. I would love to answer some gardening questions if anyone has any. But if y'all just want to see the progress on what we were planting, I kind of use these garden beds for some of the plants. I use them kind of to start plants because some plants, they're kind of really prone to, like a young sunflower. That one will be snapped up immediately by any pests because they're like, ooh, it's a young, supple, easy to eat little plant. So, of course, the pests will target it. But then once it gets a little older, the stem becomes kind of woody, and then, pests don't target it as much. So these garden beds, in a way, I get to use them to protect the plants while they're in their baby stages. And once they get a little older, then I can move them outside. That's what I'm trying to do with like this vervain here. Oh shoot, I think I just broke the cage a little bit because of the weight of this. And also the toothache plants, that's what I'm trying to do. But I feel like they're kind of wilting. Maybe I shouldn't have transplanted them out so early, but I thought they could. I thought they could. I believed in them, but maybe I should have cared for them a little longer. The babies weren't ready to come out yet. They were still a little small. It is my first time growing the toothache plant, so I guess I should have been more careful. I got a little too giddy, too overzealous, too motivated, jumped the gun, as they would say. Sniffles are coming in. The sniffles are coming in. Sniffles are coming in. Originally this one was filled with all celery and a bunch of its companion plants. I got the seeds at Earth Day event. And then, you know, the seeds just didn't pull through. They were just dead seeds or something. I don't know what to say. Oh, this one looks like it's dying. It looks like it's touching the water. Let me give you a little close up on them. I'm not entirely sure how well you can see them, but that one's a plant. That little flat blob is a plant. And this thing over here is a plant. And I have watered them all, and hopefully watered them enough. Man, I wish I had started with planting fruit trees instead of all these annuals and stuff. Like, annuals is what people think of when they think of gardening. But really, I feel like everyone should immediately go to think about planting fruit trees, because those really are the best things for you to start planting. But I guess I might have, if I had gone straight to doing that, I might make the mistake of putting them in the wrong place. So maybe it is better that I decide to get some experience first planting annuals. These bush beans, they've been with us for a while. Like the borage here had time to grow up bushy and beautiful and then die back. And yet these beans still have not produced yet. So what does that say about the beans? That they are disappointing me. Ah, yes, that's what it's saying about the beans. A little orange peel. We get some oranges, like the old oranges from the old oranges from the pantry of the school. We They give us the bad ones, and then we take those. And from that, I'll salvage what is still edible, because sometimes they throw them all out before they're all unedible. I take them, salvage what I can eat, take those home, and the rest, I kind of have a bucket that's filled with them right now that I'm gonna use in a sheet mulch layered in sheet mulching, because you kind of want to have some carbon, or I guess you would call it nitrogen in it. Let's see. I am still watering the beans. Okay. Any last second questions, guys, before I pop out? Before I head out? I don't know. I don't think so. I might go live a little later today to give you a recap of whatever else we do. Or maybe, I don't know, do a bit of a podcast format while we're washing the gloves all together. But for now, I'm going to focus on watering, maybe harvest some tomatoes. Ooh, I love how you can see the reflection of the water on the back of my hat. Kinda cool looking. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you especially to the people who are commenting. I love being able to kind of talk, because it feels kind of weird to just talk to no one sometimes, because I'm like, are you listening or are you just watching? Strange. But thank you guys. See you guys for now. I might see you in a few hours. I might see you tomorrow. I'm down to do any suggestions that you guys have for content. Anything that you want to know, literally shoot the question. There is nothing to be embarrassed of. I will answer anything and everything. Thank you guys.